What's going on, guys? Matt in the Hat, Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. You are tuned in to the Hot List. I come to y'all Monday through Friday around 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. And we talk about a property that is new to the market, been on the market, and maybe they've had a price reduction on it, or there is something unique about the property that I want to share with you guys and want y'all to know. And of course, today is not going to be any different. While I wait for Facebook to find me some people, you guys allow me to share it out on my other device. And as a quick reminder, the hot list is now available for download in iTunes. So make sure that you guys head over there, you like, you subscribe, and while you're there, leave me a review, help me out. And if you like what you hear, want to keep hearing it, want to share it out, and want other people to know, make sure you leave a 5-star review to help me out. If you guys aren't learning anything from this and you think that this is just the absolute worst thing you've ever heard and you don't think I know what I'm doing, then leave me a review, leave me a 1-star review. Let me know. I can only get better if you guys let me know. So today the property we're talking about is 3132 South Parkway Court, right here in Emporia. Now, this is a ranch style house. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath, does have an attached 2-car garage. It's got 2,633 square feet of finished space and newly listed at $282,900, courtesy of Real Estate. What I like about this house, yes, it is a ranch. We've talked about ranches many times before. You guys know I'm a fan of a ranch because it's all on one level, and big fan of, as few stairs as possible. What sets this one apart from others is it has vaulted ceilings throughout the house, which is very cool, very unique as well. It's got an island in the kitchen, and the way that they have done it with the kitchen cabinets and countertops, absolutely beautiful. There's also a combination of hardwood flooring and carpet throughout the house. Nice combination there. It also has a full basement with a walkout basement on it as well. Probably the thing that is going to stand out the most to many people just because of where it's located. And this is located northwest part of town and very close walking distance to one of the newer schools in the area. This house is located on a cul-de-sac, so you're not going to have a number of people just flying down the street. It's going to be at a cul-de-sac. You guys know I live on a cul-de-sac, and I'm a huge fan of it. Also has a deck on the back and an in-ground sprinkler system. So make sure you guys click the link. It's going to take you to the website. You can check out on my website more pictures for yourself and take a look at it. If you have questions, let me know. All right, question of the day. I answer a question of the day that is submitted by you guys, the viewers. And today's question, I'm thinking of remodeling. Do you have any tips or advice along the way? First and foremost, let me say right now, there are a number of people that are remodeling. Why? Because for about 3 months, a lot of people have been home. They've knocked out some DIY projects, and maybe they're moving on to something that's a little bit bigger beyond their skill level. So remodeling your home can be, and more often than not, is a major project. Many people don't realize just how major a project this can be until you're too far into it to turn back. You've reached the point of no return, and you're just kind of stuck in limbo. You only have one way to go, and that's either move forward or call in somebody else. So a remodel can not only cover everything in dust, which, speaking from experience, it has and it will. It can potentially throw off your everyday plans, your everyday routine that you're used to, especially if you have little ones at home, or you have to head out early to commute. and it is going to add a higher stress level, typically more so than ever. I have heard from a number of people that remodeling their house is directly compared to planning their wedding and everything leading up to their wedding day. I've actually had more than one client, I've had family, I've had friends that have all told me the same thing. Why the hell did I decide to do this? And so I'm glad that somebody asked this question. I'm happy to at least share my knowledge as my experience as well as everybody else's. So whether you are knee deep in remodeling right now or considering some remodeling right now, here are 4 tips to survive your next remodel. Number 1, start small. Why? Because it's tempting to launch just full bore into remodel mode and get everything done at once. Everything that's on your list, everything you possibly can, get it all knocked out at once. Now remember, we just kind of covered the everything covered in dust throws off your routine and is stressful, right? That's why you want to start small, because taking the time to prioritize certain aspects of your remodel is only going to help you out in the long run. It's going to be a lot less disruptive to your daily schedule and routine, and again, in the long run, it's going to be a little easier and reduce a little bit of stress. Consider which issue consider which issues and projects are going to be the most pressing, and as well, just kind of keep in mind which are going to be the most difficult to complete. So this may be something that is something you're able to do with your skill level at a DIY level versus something that is going to be more of a major project that you're going to have to call in a contractor for. I would recommend avoid projects that are extremely difficult. For example, relocating your entire plumbing. Now, if you just have to move a shower head up, just in addition to the pipe or replace the pipe, that's one thing. But when you have to relocate all the plumbing from one side of the bathroom to the opposite wall, unless you have good reason, I would avoid doing something like this. And by prioritizing everything else, this is going to allow you to complete one project at a time, and you're going to be able to just check them off your list. What this also does is leads to that bigger picture. So by checking them off, doing one at a time, one by one, you're getting closer and closer to that bigger picture that you have in mind of your whole house remodel. Number 2 is going to be respect the construction zone. Remodeling creates a lot of dust, like we've already covered, also creates a lot of debris and can create some not so pleasant odors. When contractors are involved, they typically put up some plastic sheets around the area that they're working, as well as some other precautions, and this is going to help reduce keeping some of that dust and debris out of other parts of the house, but keep in mind it's not going to be 100%. Remember, only so much can be done. I promise you, it is going to get everywhere. You're going to end up cleaning along the way and then at the end as well. So just keep that in mind. Also, planning time. So planning the time that you're going to be at home, so you're not at the house during the peak of construction. So you're going to avoid a lot of the noises. You're going to avoid some of the fumes and odors. I would also recommend buying an air filtration system, or maybe even 2. Put these near where the construction is going on to help grab as much dust as possible, and anything that you don't want exposed to construction. So if you got some antiques, some valuables, things that could be in the way, get knocked over, pack all those up and move them to a safer area. Number 3, I'm sure some of you were waiting for this to be number 1, but number 3, stick to your budget. The one thing I have heard more often than not, I hear it from everybody I talk to that's done a remodel, as well as speaking from experience of the remodels that we've done. Budgets can tend to spiral out of control because once you get going, you get that momentum. You may find a little bit of extra spending here and there in order to finish a job. What I've also seen happen, and again, speaking from experience, it's tempting to upgrade some of the plans or some of the items because there's, a newer version or a slightly better version, and it wouldn't cost that much more, right? Well, you might be surprised how this is going to add up and how much more it's going to cost when you do this with every little update or upgrade. Because unfortunately, changing the plans and upgrading really is going to add up. And if you're not careful, it is definitely going to spiral out of control. It's going to snowball, and your budget is going to be long gone in the rearview mirror, and you are just going to be mad at yourself, and you're going to resent the entire remodel and entire project. What you can do is make a budget for what you want. Things are going to come up. We all know that. Add about 20 to 25% for unexpected circumstances, or the unknown, and really do what you can to stick to that. Anything you really want to upgrade and you're not sure if you can fit it in the budget right now, save this till as close to the end as possible. Review your budget, see where you're standing, and if you still want to do it, or it is in the budget to spend a little bit more, then at that point I would recommend doing it, because like I said, if you do this with every little upgrade or newer version that you're going to get into, then it's really going to add up and your budget shot all to hell, and you're just going to be pissed off about it. And finally, number 4, talk it out. What do I mean by that? Communication with your contractors as well as your spouse is going to be one of the biggest key components to surviving a remodel. It could go either way. Probably spouse is going to be about as equal as the contractor here. This doesn't mean that you're going to require that contractor to report every little thing back to you with an itemized list, unless there's a problem that they actually need your authorization for. Let them handle it. They're the professional. They do this every day. They do it a lot more often than you do, and I'm sure that you ever will. So let them handle it. Also, you can check in on the progress just to see what's done, what's next, if they're expecting any delays, maybe they're moving a little sooner or quicker than they expected. And this is going to be how you can structure your days going forward. So that's what we got for the 4 tips to survive a remodel. Number 1, again, start small. You don't have to do everything at once. Just knock them out one by one. That will lead you to your big picture vision at the end. Number 2 is going to be respect your construction zone, because there's going to be a lot of debris and dust floating around. Let the contractors or yourself do what you can to reduce that dust and the noise as well as the fumes. Number 3 is stick to the budget. This is one of the most difficult things because, like I mentioned, we all see that newer version or that little upgrade. But with those little upgrades, they all start to add up, and your budget is just shot to shit. And finally, number 4 is talk it out. Not only communicating with your contractor, communicate with your spouse as well, and that will help you survive the remodel that you have going on right now or the remodel that you guys have planned. I'm curious, what projects and what remodels are you guys thinking of doing right now, or what are you working on at this very moment? I would love to know. Make sure you drop it in the comments, and I would love to hear what you guys are working on, and I will let you know what we are working on as well. So that's what I got for the hot list today. So thanks for joining with Matt in the Hat, Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. I do this because your experience matters and should be trusted with a veteran. Y'all have an awesome Thursday, and I'll see you for Red Friday.